Wave.
All right, we going.
My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see it all. And even if I could, it'll all be grey. But your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad, it's not so bad. Too much last night, got bills to pay. My head just feels in pain. I missed the bus and there'll be hell today. I'm late for work again, and even if I'm there, they'll all imply that I might not last the day. And then you call me, and it's not so bad, it's not so bad. And I want to thank you.
Yo.
For giving me the best day.
Welcome. Consider this a baseball hippie show. Thank you, everybody listening. Everybody tuning in.
Yo.
This is the Baseball Hippie Show. That was Dido's. Thank you. Brought to you by our engineer, co-host, Brown Bear.
What's good?
You don't have a last name, man. I feel like baseball hippie's kind of it's got a government. You can name somebody baseball hippie. It's got the right syllables to be a name. I don't know if it's actually like a full name. I don't know. Brown Bear. Brown Bear could be a name too. Like
Yeah,
Bear
Brown.
could be
First name Brown, last name Bear.
Okay. Well, we got that cleared up. Anyways, everybody, this right here, that's Brown Bear. I'm Baseball Hippie. This is the Baseball Hippie Show. This is a podcast show, video YouTube about baseball, psychedelia, and punk rock. We brought to you live from Hell World 2020. If you didn't think a world pandemic was bad enough, if you didn't think that crazy right wingers pushing their agenda wasn't bad enough,
Yo, Antifa started the fire, bro.
here come we'll get into that later. Of course we will. We're a YouTube show. Here come the forest fires. So now Portland and Seattle respectively inundated in smoke, and the West Coast really. They had to cancel the Mariners games tonight, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, I guess I don't know how it's been up there. It was worse the last few days, and things are now starting to get canceled.
I felt well.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
bad.
It's good that they're doing it. It's
but
good.
The game last night was like visible smoke. That's not the first time we've seen that in the decade. Like 2 years ago, same thing. Except it just feels hotter this year than it did 3 years ago in terms of just everything. Am I right?
Yeah, man. I feel like no question this has something to do with the way we treat our Earth. So, getting hotter.
Yeah.
Flames every summer. I mean, I know there's always been like forest fires and stuff like that. And to an extent, it's a natural thing. But I feel like if I think back, like I grew up in Western Washington, and if I think back, I can remember like a few summers, like 2 or 3 summers of my childhood and adolescence where the sun was like colored a little bit red because there was smoke in the sky. But never to the point where there was like smoke in the city, like in
No
Seattle
way.
or Portland or even in
Yeah.
Snohomish where I grew up. Like, no way. I
Yeah,
don't
this
ever
only
remember
started
that
happening
And this has
a couple
happened.
years ago
I
for
was
us.
I feel like 2 or 3 years ago it happened. I remember my sister got
A
married that
lot.
year.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then this is by far the worst I've ever. I mean, I've had it where it's like rained ash, like on my car and stuff before, but it's for like a day and then it clears up, and it's not to the point of like it doesn't even smell like smoke outside anymore. It's like toxic smell. It's like weird.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. And just honestly, the whole world has been pretty shitty for people. Not to like joke around, but America, man, put like, strap up, man. Pull your saddle. The shit's getting bumpy out here. But to use the metaphor, when the smoke clears, my friend. Weirdly, humans have a weird way of muddling through this, and just like every summer when this shit now happens, feels like we just move on, man. I guess I can't wait for the bad weather.
Yeah,
The bad weather.
it's my favorite time of year anyway, fall. So I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we're about due for some rain.
Yeah, some good old fashioned RAI and some good old indoor things and activities. Well, I don't know, man. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the rain this year. I figure because I can't really be too much inside with the COVID anymore. Like, I got to get my fresh air. And the smoke is about the most opposite thing in the world to fresh air. So, again, we're going to try to make fun on today's show because where were you, man? Where were you when it all went down? The world could be PG clean and I could be having a bad time. So that's kind of how I see it. It's two parallels here. And anyways, we're into denuclearization, which one day we'll get into more of that. Psychedelia and denuclearization, I think, tie their way into ideas, radical new ideas about how we should treat our earth, right, Brown Bear?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're into environmentalists. We're fucking hippies, man. Why do I have to keep explaining? I think, like, weirdly, we're not very political in our content, but our show just smacks you in the face with politics, right when you hear us. You really know, like, our name alone puts us on the side of a lot of issues.
Yeah.
I say hippies, they have their pitfalls, but for the most part, man, they don't come at me like the right winger. We don't come at you like the right wingers, man. We let you chill. Chill, do your thing.
Do your thing, man.
Do your thing. We're just a show about based on psychedelia, man. Just put your guns down. That's how we feel. Like, put the guns down, everybody. We're just trying to chill. So anyways, yeah, we haven't done a show for a while, man. It's really good to see you. It's really good to talk about our favorite thing in the world. The thing that I think brings people together, baseball, man.
Absolutely.
What you been feeling, bro? You been watching a lot of Mariners, watching a lot of baseball?
Yeah, I've really been watching a lot of Mariners, but not a whole lot of other teams, to be honest. And it's been interesting because they've done what they've done with the quarantine season, where it's just the West Coast team. So I feel like I'm completely out of touch with not completely out of touch, but in terms of like the day to day, I'm out of touch with the West.
Yeah, because they don't come through town.
The Central and the East.
You don't play the Detroits and the
So I mean, I see the highlights and stuff, but
Tampa's. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, I like it. Like you said, it brings people together. In a way, I like it. And then, like with the fires and then also with COVID, I think we've talked about this before. I just hope everyone's staying safe. I'm glad they postponed the games with the Giants because it's kind of crazy.
I'm glad too, man. I went to a game that was smoky once with one of my good friends who should be on the show, Coach Casey, former softball coach. Man, he he and I went to a game. It was wild, man. My eyes were stinging. I won $100 at a pull tab at the historic Triangle Bar, though, so that was rad.
Yeah, you've told me that story. That's tight.
Ah, man, I'll tell it to whoever's listening, man. Best day of my life. Best and worst day of my life.
And then in addition to like
Kinda
keeping
like
the oh, what's up?
Oh, nothing, man.
Oh, you're saying kind of like today.
Yeah.
No, in addition to keeping players safe and stuff, I feel like, you know, both teams, the Mariners and the A's, have fans affected by the fires and stuff that's going on right now. So, or not the A's, the Giants. Sorry, but the A's as well. So I think
Yeah.
taking some time off
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, and just a shout out, man. Like, I think all the leagues have been doing pretty well, man. I've been watching. Last weekend was the first time in American history, or all, I don't know. That I got to get the facts on this, but supposedly it's the first time all the sports played at once: NHL, football, basketball, and baseball. And I just got to say, man, hard times to do it, but it's still like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird reflection, just to be honest with you, where it's like in one side of this, like with the way the pandemic is and the way that the climate change is working, you're kind of like, man, humans need to do a little, like, we need to figure some shit out, because like if this just keeps happening, we're gonna have to adapt, you know, because that's just how humans are, really. But like, in a weird way, I never really thought about it until we turn the mics on, but like sports, I think to a lot of people, especially people who don't like them, represent the like core of what is culture and mainstream. And like a lot of those problems in the mainstream, you know, a lot of these like problems like fossil fuel and stuff is driven because we don't want to take risks, we don't want to change. Mm-hmm. And so that's driven by the status quo, as they dare say. And I don't know, I think that sports are even trying to be like, man, shit is fucked up, dude. We can't even play our games. Got cardboard fucking people in the stands. Like we're just millionaires who just tried our hardest at this game that we liked a lot. Some of them are jerks. Some of us are jerks. Some of us are nice. But hey, you'll find that in a dentist's office. Really. That's the weird part about life. You'll find it in all walks of life. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's not the player's responsibility as much as all of us. That's what I've been trying to say too, really, with the fossil fuels, especially. I use gas in my car. So who would I, you know, how am I going to talk shit, you know? But like, I can though. I don't know. I'm talking a lot. I'm going really existential.
Nah, dude, I'm with you. I feel the same way. After I said, you know, started running my mouth about how we treat our earth and stuff like that, I'm like super guilty of a bunch of stuff. Like I'm not the best at recycling when it's not easy.
Dude, some states don't recycle, man. Have you ever been to a state that doesn't recycle? That shit's crazy.
I don't know if I've been to a state that doesn't recycle. I've been to places that don't, like places of parts of states that are like, we don't have a recycling service here. So it's like you hold on to your recycling and you drive it 2 towns over once a month or whatever, if you want to recycle. Otherwise you throw your stuff away. So, but yeah, I've never been to like a state entirely that doesn't recycle. But it's crazy. That is crazy. And like I said, I don't want to be preachy about recycling because I feel like that is probably one of the things I'm the biggest guilty of, other than like driving a car. I do recycle, but I mean, there's certain times if it's easier for me to throw something away, or if I don't have anything to hold something in, like I throw it in the garbage. I'm the worst. I don't know.
Man, we could break it down like this right now is the baseball hippie diatribe. First off, we don't know everything about everything. That's why we have a fucking podcast. We're trying to figure stuff out. That's why we talk.
Yeah.
You know? But the second thing is like every time I throw a piece of trash away or a piece of recycling in the trash, which just happens rarely now because I have a pretty good recycling system, like with my unit or whatever. But like,
Yeah, I mean, and once you like know
I
where
just
you
think to
what,
myself, I'm like, man, someone out there doesn't give a F. Like I've given an F 90% of the time. There's someone who just gives no Fs
yeah, 0% of the
100.
time, 0% of
And
the time.
plus, what my actual value to this entire planet is grains of sand, even if I stop driving and all that. Now,
Yeah, I
is
mean, if
that
you
a
really want to get into it, like consumer, like recycling and the concept of that was all created by corporations, and I think like the '60s or '70s or some shit to push off the fact that corporate pollution is actually what's fucking everything up. But that's for another podcast, probably.
see, they don't want, dude. See, we are so deep right now, man. Because what we're against is the industrial military complex, not because we're against anyone, but because by stance we had to be something. So we were the baseball. I'm the baseball hippie. We're the baseball hippie show. So obviously, one of our main, detractors would be the war, factions. Second is, but also corporate. You're right, man. And I'm not, I'm laissez, but I'll say this, man. Yeah, you're right. All I'm saying is it goes deep where really baseball teams are corporations, but the game of baseball isn't corporate. It's a game that we all share. And that's basically like where I'm trying to get with the metaphor, you know. And I'll even go as far as I always dog on the denuclearization, but I guess, shout out to anybody who's a veteran of war because like it's the same metaphor applies right there in my eyes. Where it's like I don't have a problem with a soldier or anyone who does duty to protect what's my, another construct, which is my freedom. But I can still be against denuke. Like I can still be taking all the nukes off the world, and in happenstance, incongruence, taking money out of our spending on military every year. I can be both. I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Is that real?
I think you can support like current people in the military and not want there to be a military or a need for military. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yes,
Thanks for saying that.
I agree with
That
you.
doesn't exist in our world anymore. Like you
that, like
can't
mutually exclusive.
hold two values that are kind of the same and kind of different anymore. Like I can't. Well, you can. It's like I don't know. I have this cousin I think whose boyfriend voted for Trump, and I genuinely like the guy because he's really nice.
There's people
funny.
in my life
He's
that I would say like outside of the fact that that's kind of the way that they think politically, I like them as a person, but
weird, man.
That kind of like fucks me up on trying to like get closer to you, to be honest, because I don't know. I just don't have the energy for that shit anymore, man.
Me neither.
Like to even try and like have conversations about it. And that's like the whole thing. It's like we just want people to have like an open conversation about politics. It's like no,
yeah,
fuck off,
I'll go to the mat too. Like I've read an article and I can bring it up. It's like something like only like 45% of our recycling even gets recycled. Like so it's all just an effort.
I read some
it's
shit
all
about
trying.
Yeah.
Like the new NHL team in Seattle is supposed to be like 100% renewables. I was like, that's fucking rad.
That is rad.
I just wonder the person who just scoffs at that and they're just like, oh, that's just some corporate agenda. I'm like, bro, everything you own in your house, every single thing you look at on the internet's a corporate agenda. So why not be, as the consumer, just say like, I give 2.5 fucks about the planet I live on. I think we could do it a better way. Whatever, man. We're getting too deep.
Yeah, I mean, well, and that's another. We were talking about being mutually exclusive again. Like, there's good corporations and bad corporations. Where we're at currently with capitalism and the way the world works, that you have to support something to like get the things you need, unless you're gonna go out and like be 100% self-reliant. But it takes a lot of work to do that as well. So I think it's about you know, you can access goods and services from corporations, but it's about picking the ones that you want to support based on kind of what they do and what their morals are. So,
Which is a perfect segue into what we're going to talk about a little bit coming up on our next episode about we're going to highlight some minor league teams. Today I'm wearing an Aqua Sox hat, but we've talked about all different leagues around the world. We're going to just highlight independent teams, minor league teams, because the MLB is doing kind of what's considered a little bit of a shady move, slicing 40 teams out of the minor league system. If you ever seen Bastards of Baseball, I suggest anybody watch that. It's about a team in Portland that was wildly popular and was an independently owned team. It was kind of like the WWF, I call it, of baseball. And Major League Baseball still existed. This was in the 70s. So it's interesting, man. I will say we have not fully felt what we agree on in the corporate realm, man. I'm right there with you. Like, the Baseball Hippie Show is a corporation, whether we like it or not. You know, so it's like we could talk all this shit, and then one day we're selling shirts. You know, so it's like we haven't really thought of it all. We dig into the same concepts every week, but we never find the true answer. So I'll put that to rest. I'm sorry we went there. I think it was because the background inspired me, man.
Yeah.
But hey, real quick before we get into weekly roundup, one, is there anything more you'd like to add to that? And B, can we talk a little bit show? Because I had some ideas, and then we'll get into the weekly roundup, man.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to add. We killed that horse. Yeah, let's go. Let's talk show.
Okay, real quick. I looked up the Spotify. I downloaded our audio. I tried to get us on SoundCloud, and you only get like 2 amounts worth. So you have to pay like $15 a month for SoundCloud.
What?
To like host your sounds. So I might be able to build.
Excuse me.
I might be able to build some type of thing. But you got to like get network space. And I don't know. I know a little bit about web stuff, but like, really would just rather like how people really do it is just get it on SoundCloud, and then you can just create this thing and it goes on Spotify, and then we'd have all our shows on Spotify. But I'm not paying $15 a month, dude.
Yeah, right. That sounds like a season 2 thing. Let's figure that out in the off season.
Yeah, that's topic. But I think we really would translate on podcasts because our mic levels are nice and we talk good. Okay, second, my friend, we got it. We've always wrestled with: are we gonna go viral or not? Are we gonna hire out? Me and you do no social media. No, we are not social wizards. But if we just got one person to stir the pot up a little bit using our social media handles, we would grow. Mm-hmm. We know the right lanes to publish on, but we're scared to do it because we don't want trolls. Because we've already just exhausted. And like, I've done major research on becoming a YouTube celebrity, and it is not something I would ever want on any of my children. So why would I want it? That being said, I think we have a cool show concept. Brown Barrel, what's our publishing like, man? We don't have any distro, and I think we secretly like it that way for now. Yeah, but our visuals are fire. We're building our show too, just for the audience out there.
We're building it.
We're going a little loose tonight because we haven't ran for a while. But we're building. I mean, we've got segments. We're going to turn it into like a segmented show. Like if you paid us to do it, it would be flashy and fly. But
hell yeah. We just need we need like animators and shit. I think I have cool ideas, but every time I do something, I'm like, man, this would be so much tighter if it was like moving around and stuff. But I just need to learn how to animate, I guess, in my spare time. I'll teach myself. Or I'll go to school for it. Maybe we'll see. Probably not.
You'd be a sweet animator. You have good art, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
Talk
what
about
happens.
undervalued things, man. Art, dude.
Yeah, art and music.
You don't even see stadiums filling up for art. Well, actually, you do. Beyonce and Jay-Z used to tour. But anyways, hey, man. You ready to get to this weekly roundup, man?
Yeah, let's
I've been
rock it.
bouncing off the walls because of the smoke, dude. I don't even know how to
Yeah,
talk
man,
to
it's got me
people.
tripping. It's my voice is all fucked up. I feel like there's like smoke in the office that I work in. Not tight.
God. Can we
Today,
play
today
My
was better
Mind
than
Playing
Friday.
Tricks on My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me by Ghetto Boys to end the show?
Yeah, we could take some time to do
I'll sit alone in a four corner room staring at candles.
that. All right, weekly roundup. Here we go.
Weekly roundup. All right, Brown, hit me with some topics, man. What can we talk about in baseball this week?
We got Kevin Koala. He back.
Kid Koala, Kevin the Koala Man.
No, I don't know, man.
He's
So
a throwback.
you wanted to talk about the Padres, right?
San Diego Padres, the Brown Towns, yellow, brown, best colorways ever invented. They brought it back this year. They call them the Slam Diego Padres because they hit so many grand slams. Yeah, I've been watching actually a fair amount of Padres, a fair amount of the Chicago White Sox as well, because those are the two underdog teams of the year, and I'm always an underdog lover. So shout out to San Diego Padres. Somehow things are coming together for them, but like every team, man, they've got their holes. It's usually in the back end.
They're only a game and a half back on the Dodgers, man.
They put it to the Dodgers a few games. I saw them win a big game on the Dodgers, I believe, last night. I think they're probably playing again tonight.
It's crazy how quick the season's coming to an end, man.
It has been pretty fun.
How many games are there
in
left?
the last 2 weeks? 16, I think.
Something like
16.
that. Let's see for the man.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna end up having more episodes during the period that the season wasn't going than the season itself this year, but that's fine.
There's 12
those would all
games
been
left.
Season episodes.
I think there's only 12 games left. The Mariners have played 48 games, and there's 60 games,
nice.
right?
How much? Tell the viewers how much. Let's go to the Mariners next in the weekly roundup. The Seattle Marineros are 2.5 games back on the Astros, which means that if they win 2.5 and the Astros lose 2.5 games, so 3.5 inning, or what is it? 4.5 innings through a game. Just kidding. No, man. The Mariners are actually ending the season well.
They're 2 games back on the Astros right now.
They're 2 games back on the Astros, which is less telling of how good the Mariners are. They really haven't been that great, minus their offense has put together really good at-bats. The Astros, man, nobody has been talking about the Astros. My brother, Josh, who we know as Josh Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, he's been on the show a few times. He has been talking crazy about the Astros because their stats are atrocious and they're bad. What do you got to say about it, Brumber?
Yeah, man. It makes me happy to see that they're a 500 club, and I bet none of them are feeling good about it. They probably have a bunch of excuses.
Speaking of excuses, this is part of Weekly Roundup. Javi Baez said that watching the screen after the at-bat helped him a lot as a batter, and it's the reason that he's batting 208. So he's mad at the Astros.
That's funny.
Man, weird times. I don't think anybody really clued in the fact that until like the 1970s, people didn't even have that option and we're hitting over 300. So, but he would argue back that maybe the velocity wasn't as high. And that is true.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hobby. I'm a big fan actually, and I don't know why his average has pulled off so much, but I call him the jerky boy because he has got a jerky
What do they call him?
hitting mechanics.
El Mago, the magician.
Oh yeah,
El
the
Mago.
magician, because he is wild on the base path and with the glove.
With the glove, yeah.
So Bremer, what's next in the roundup though, man? We're just going around the league.
Yeah, we got
talking.
So yeah, we went Padres. Did you have anything else to say about them? You want to talk about Tatis or anything?
Nah, just excited to see them in the playoffs do their thing. Yep, obviously the face of baseball right there, Fernando Tatis Jr. solidified. Actually, he's in the MVP race. Weirdly, just on swag and hype. I've actually never baseball.
His
I think is in
a little bit, but he hit a shitload of home runs, didn't he?
I think if you're giving anybody the MVP if the season's ended tomorrow, I'm giving it to Nelson Cruz.
He's because I love Nelson Cruz, and it's so contradictory to me because I usually hate on steroid users. But something about Nelson Cruz, he just came back from that so well. Unless he's still using steroids.
Always been good too. Do you remember when he came up on Texas, man? I'll never
remember that. Didn't he?
First saw
Didn't he fuck up in the outfield though in the World Series?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got them. We'll play that one year if he ever has a big moment, man.
I hope that
he blew a World Series. You can definitively say he blew that, but it was a hard ball to catch. But yeah, that was a game 6 too. That went to game 7, and the Cardinals won the World Series.
I remember watching that with.
If you want to play that clip, man, I watch it every once in a while. It's heartbreaking.
I remember watching that with Luke, and who's not a huge baseball fan by any means, but he's from Texas, and that was,
man,
I remember it was still a bummer for him.
Yeah, he's from like the Dallas area. That he's from out there.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's next though, man?
You mentioned the White Sox.
Oh man, this is the most exciting team in baseball. Minus Tatis. Tim Anderson comes back. Everybody thought he was kind of fluky last year with his best average. He's still the
like
best
370
hitter
right now, right?
Yeah, he's still the best hitter. I actually just watched the Chicago-Minnesota game last night. Thrilling, man. That was that to me, if you're a pure baseball in 2020, those are the two teams because they really are hungry and they see a window of opportunity. Now, on a trajectory, the White Sox are going up the next 2 or 3 years, as in the Minnesota will be going down. But watching them meet, well, I say that freely, but Minnesota just always puts up a good team. They have a lot of young players. So I guess maybe I'm making that up. But, man, dude, the White Sox look like a division leader. I mean, they won last night. That's why I say that. But they look like they own the division. They don't just look like a fluke, like, oh, man, this is a Cinderella team. They look like a solid squad with, like, everybody has a part. And their lineup, another Nelson Cruz type, Edwin Encarnacion, future Hall of Famer. Dare we say. Edwin Encarnacion. Brownberg, is that real? Did we argue about
former Mariners legend, Edwin Encarnacion. Get it right.
I've never had a player that good that we got, and they're like, they're going to trade him tomorrow. Like, what? I like Edwin Encarnacion. This dude's pretty tight. He does the parrot. He's the parrot guy, man. How can you not? And so he rode the parrot. He invented the parrot at Safeco Field. He said we can bring that article up. Can we get a shout out to the parrot?
We had Carlos Santana, who never played a game for us either the same season.
Yeah, Carlos Santana would have been a bad boy on the Mariners. Classic Mariner type. But shout out Edwin Encarnacion, and he actually is now on the award list for Baseball Hippie Award. Now that Clevenger moved down, but also good pickup by the Padres.
Yeah, the Padres.
He's up there when he hits a home run. He runs around the bases with an imaginary parrot. Is that not psychedelic, dude? We've got to give a special shout out. Man. Come on. that upholds the baseball hippie rules and regulations, hazy rules and regulations, moral ethic. Haze. Woof. Man, this artwork is sweet. Are those pillows in the back? Or those look great.
In the back,
kind
it's like some bushes, some greenery, some shrubbery.
We got shrubbery in the back. Man, I'm loving the weekly roundup this week. The new set. We're just building slowly. We're gonna get those subscribers in no time. Brown Bear,
Oops.
what do you got to say about the White Sox, man? Anything big?
White Sox are tight, man. Tim Anderson, he's one of the more exciting baseball players in the league right now. Like I said, I haven't been paying too much day-to-day attention, but you can't ignore the White Sox. You just keep hearing about them. And
you know what?
Another. Sorry, what's up?
You keep going, but I actually took a hot take by saying Nelson Cruz would be my MVP if the season ended tomorrow. I'm
Tim
dead
Anderson.
wrong.
You go Tim Anderson.
No, Luis Robert
Yeah.
has like the most homers, most RBIs, and they just beat the Twins last night and are leading the division by like 2 or 3 games. So I'd be a fool. I take it back.
Okay.
And that dude wears a lot of gold every time
he's been really fun, and then it's been awesome to see Giolito bounce back. He had a tough season. I think it was like 2 seasons ago, or maybe it was last season. I don't remember. I think he kind of had a okay season last season. I could be wrong about that. But yeah.
Man, you know what? I didn't go over this in the notes, but we might want to put. Man, I wish we had a picture for this. Maybe I'll send one real quick. But man, we got to tie. If we're gonna talk weekly roundup, we got anything else on the regular weekly roundup? While I find this image real quick, you'll know when I send it.
I think we have a few other things to talk about, but we're going to take a little detour to Edwin Encarnacion showing us how to do the parrot.
Gonna be like always, like, demoing the swing or anything like that. We're here with Edwin Encarnacion. You know he loves to go placata.
Edwin carves this one. It is gone. Boy, listen to the sound.
Could almost hear the shriek of the baseball.
When he hits him, there's no doubt.
And he's gonna show us how he does the parrot walk.
He's got an imaginary parrot that he carries around with him as he trots around the bases.
How did that come about?
That came in 2012. I hit Grand Slam in Toronto against Iwakuma.
Encarnacion drives it toward right.
Oh, it was against the Mariners. I take it back. It was not even in Soto. Rogers finished.
How good does that feel?
And I run the base so excited that I go to the side, like running like this. And then I go to the dugout and all my team, he told me, hey, you see how you run the base? Say, no, go watch the replay. When I go inside to see it, I almost run like that and they told me, keep doing, you look good. And okay, every time he homer, I'm gonna do it.
And you lean.
And I lean like this.
And there's the familiar Edwin around the bases.
It's a lead,
Everybody
man.
love it. Wherever I go, they don't call my name, they call like, where's the parrot?
Where's the parrot?
It's home run derby for
Why a
Eddie and the
parrot
Bears.
too? Could have been any bird. It's got to be.
Rest them on their forearms.
I don't know.
My best friend, the parrot. Man, thanks for that little detour.
Yeah. They announced. So this
shout out
is
Edwin. He rocketed up the Baseball Hippie Awards this year.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's still out there rocking it. They announced the playoffs are going to be there's playoff bubbles. Did you hear that?
Okay. And these are the bubbles.
Uh-huh.
That's annoying. Although I gotta say, I've always wanted to go to Houston's stadium. I'm a huge. I don't know. Their stadium looks cool to me, even though it's got elements of Safeco, kind of like in
Yeah,
it.
it totally reminds me of Safeco.
Yeah, I just
think
like
it was.
how they
I guess
brought in the
Safeco reminds me of
Hartsfield
it.
wall.
It was built before Safeco.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like a year.
I
before.
honestly wish Safeco would have like a feature, like a brought in wall, because like
Maybe I'm
It
wrong.
just,
Maybe it
I
was
don't know.
built a
When
year
they
after
built it, they were
Stanford.
like pitcher's ballpark, and I'm like, nah, that's not where the next like 25 years of baseball's going, buds. Like, let's be real.
No. The tiny
Like, if you turned
little
on your
ballpark.
TV lately, there's a guy named Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, no. I guess
Yep.
that like when like the deep center field with the hill when they first had that.
Yeah. Well, we got playoff bubbles, man. Not a lot of fanfare on the baseball hippie show, except that wash those hands, wear that mask. We've had mad mask discussion. I never thought at the beginning of the year I'd talk so much.
Yeah, so I feel like it starts in all four for the division series, and then it's
I hope it's San Diego, LA. Those are my two favorite stadiums, possibly.
well, I think it's all four for the division series. Then for the championship series, it's
This seems unfair for a team like New York Yankees or
San
something,
Diego
you know?
and Texas.
Like they got to travel pretty far.
Their fans they're probably gonna adjust the game times, but their fans are gonna be fucking up late.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like the Dodgers get a total home field advantage. So what if the World Series like oh yeah, the Yankees aren't in the the Yankees aren't in the playoffs today. Am I reading that right? That's another weekly roundup maybe we should have brought in. But anyways, man, this will be interesting. Let's talk more about this next week. But this was the announcement, so I'm glad you brought that up because that is something that happened in baseball this week. But yeah, this is going to change the game for a lot of things. I've been to Dodger Stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. Love San Diego. Texas is a new stadium, right? Texas always has
it's
like
brand new stadium.
the crazy. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to alienate our Texas fans by saying I bet they don't recycle in that stadium, but you know, we're just ripping out here.
Okay, so here we go. The NLDS is at Globe Life and Minute Maid Park. The ALDS is at Petco and Dodger Stadium. The NLCS is at the Ranger Stadium. The ALCS is at Petco Park. And the World Series, the Rangers Stadium. Which is funny because they're probably just like, there's no way the Rangers are going to make the World Series.
They're like, okay, we got 3 possible playoff teams here. And then we got, man, you didn't hear what I said is I'm not going to alienate our Texas fans by saying they probably don't recycle at the new Rangers Stadium. Man, they're always known for their big treats. What can you get at a Rangers game?
The boomstick. I wonder if they still do that.
Yeah, will you put up a picture of like, don't they have Rangers food home games?
They created the boomstick. That's like a big foot-long hot dog named after Nelson Cruz.
Can we get a picture of the boomstick?
I think we've done that. I think we've done that before.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, yeah.
Not that I can't do it again. Not that I can't do it again.
Man, weekly roundups are jam-packed because there's like all this shit happens every 2 seconds. If there was a 82-week season or 82, what? Isn't the year 72 weeks? Oh, man. We got Bremer getting a picture of the boomstick. Stand by. Everybody on standby. Anyways, weekly roundups. We're going to go into some other categories, including a no-hitter that was tossed 2 nights ago. And, there we go. Boomstick in the dang, that's the size of a baseball bat. Just for reference, that's an actual bat back there. Ew. That's dang. I wonder if anybody is choked on that. That looks like a total safety hazard. Like, why would you want a tube of anything that large?
I mean, it looks pretty good, honestly, with like the onions and the cheese for baseball game food.
True that. Man, just promise me one day when we retire, we'll do a little tour, or even not. Maybe the next couple of years, we should plan a game. Go somewhere crazy, man. We should go to Texas Stadium. We should go to Dallas. Me and you, dude. Go to Dallas.
That'd be cool. Excuse me. That'd be cool. We could do that, or we could do Milwaukee.
San Diego.
Milwaukee would be tight. San Diego would be sick.
Milwaukee would be awesome, man. Milwaukee's a beautiful town.
I've never been there.
Man, I've been to all those places because I used to sell posters at college campuses for like a couple years. So I just happened to go to all these. There's something good everywhere, man. Fort Worth, Dallas area, got high school football stadiums by the boatload, my man. But if you like a spicy barbecue and you like a good, what do they call that? I'm a vegetarian. What do they call it? What do you call that meat that's like slow? Everybody likes it. Brisket. You want a brisket, you go there.
Yep.
Maybe I'd eat brisket. Shit, if I went to Texas and you were just at the barbecue spot, we just waited 2 hours in line, I'd break my 7 years of vegetarianism for that.
Really?
That's like a cultural thing.
Okay.
I'm not vegetarian. Again, vegetarianism is like total drop in the bucket type of situation, just like stop driving, just like recycling. I'm just being honest, man. I'm not trying to be like a downer hippie or anything. I just look at it in numbers now. We're like, if you look at the population increase from 1950 to now, a lot of these problems start getting scope. You know, we just need a way to deal with this many people. I'm not even on the side of saying the earth has too many people. A lot of people feel that way. Yeah. I've traveled a lot. Dude, the earth is pretty effing huge. I will say that, man. So again, I don't know the answers, and I'm not trying to diss anybody, but I like our show. I guess is what I'm saying, because on cuff, you know where we stand. We're the fucking baseball hippie. We're all hippie on all the shit. So boom, Kailu, man, like extensiones. This dude, this picture is the bright light of the Seattle's future. You know, I feel like this picture is iconic because it is like that Griffey catch. Not because Griffey, honestly, shout out to the GOAT. He did it backwards, and he was 4 years younger. So, like, that's crazy. But I give it the same moment access of time. Griffey was on a shitty team. He was the future. Kailu is on a shitty team. He's definitely going to be our center fielder for the next 5 years unless something terrible happens.
Long run by Lewis to the gap on the track. Jump in. Wow, he made the catch.
I'm trying to take away from his catch because the Griffey catch was so crazy. Can we run the Griffey catch after this too?
Yeah, and it is a fucking grand slam too.
Oh yeah, he robs the grand slam too from my boy, dude. You notice who was up?
Yeah, Laureano.
God, Bronx Tales. It's a Bronx Tale. Dude, no, he's from the Dominican. We already went to that last. Man, another shout out to the Mariners real quick. We got the cutouts at the beginning of the show. They're gonna give us our cutouts now. So first we were complaining that they wouldn't give us a picture of our cutout. They gave us a picture in high def, which me and my brother are gonna frame. Then, and Brember, I'll frame you one too, man, because those are just classic. Then they're gonna give us our cutouts. So one day I'll have my physical fear and loathing, as we call it, in the house. And I've watched the White Sox game last night, and the amount of cutouts they had compared to ours is just ridiculous. So shout out Mariners fans, man. That's crazy. They filled up the whole stadium. I swear not all teams are doing that. Like, only competitors are really even getting to that level. So again, I'm trying to distract from what was big, man. Kyle Lewis, rookie of the year this year. It's like in the bag. Really just the bright spot of a lot of people that are supposed to come up. And just shout outs to him, man. I hope he keeps working hard and keep aggressive in his swing, because his base hits will make him a better player than his home runs. He's not going to be a 40 homer guy unless his body type changes, which could happen. I mean, he's only 25.
Yeah. Nah,
But even him hearing that, I bet if he heard me say that to him, he'd be like, "Watch me, boy," because that's the type of player he seems like. Whoa.
it is really similar to that catch.
It is really
I was
similar.
like, people are overblowing it, but like it really is actually like the same catch.
Yeah, because I thought
I thought he comes
farther back, but he wasn't. He was lined on it.
So he does that kind of Jumpman stance, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, let's go back. So in my mind, he goes up on the wall like that, but he's coming down like that. And I think that's like the iconic look. And so that's what I was like, oh, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But really,
it almost looked like it was a little past his head, so he had to reach back on it. But he caught it right the same way that
his was a little deeper.
He does have
his
a few more inches of extension, I'll give. Look at us, man. This is a classic Mariners podcast thing where we're just going over the highlights between Kyle Lewis and Griffey's 1989 catch, I think.
We about to get fucking
one more time.
About to get fucking.
Also, he covered a little more ground. He covered a lot more ground, I'd say.
We're about to get got by MLB Advanced Media. That's all I'm saying.
A little bit. Man. All hail.
Boom. Yeah.
You can't take it away from these guys, though. It's like baseball's hard. And me and DT were joking the other day. Shout out DT. He's like, you're watching a game and you see it like a guy get bombed out in his first appearance in the majors. And we just laughing at each other like, man, imagine being the best player every year of your entire life. Then you get to the minors and you're in the top and you're like doing pretty well. And then they're like, come on, come to the bigs and the bright lights. And you're just ready. And you just get like your best stuff is getting annihilated. And you just know, you're like, well, I could tell my kids that I got to the big, but like when I got there, I wasn't the top dog.
No.
By any means.
Yeah, man. I talk about that with my dad. Like, you're the best player on every team you've been on, like to a certain point. And then eventually you got to start learning to struggle. It was always a struggle for me.
Me too. That's why I do this show. I was like one of the worst.
I had the passion. I love baseball.
I was always most inspirational.
Yeah.
We got anything else on Weekly Roundup, man? I love baseball, man. They can't take it away from me. It's not all corporate because of us. People like us, man. Until we start selling T-shirts.
This corporate jackass.
Oh, man. Speaking. We're segueing.
Man, that's all we got for this week.
This dude's getting flack. I forgot what the new hot ish. Oh, for taking out the minors, man. We're going to talk about that on next show. We're going to go highlight of the coolest minor league teams because America has all these teams in all these little towns, you know? And so we're going to just highlight
minor league deep dive.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Americana. It's kind of like Guy Fieri's Flavortown Adventures, except with minor league teams. And like, for instance, bro, if we even saw like we went to two different stadiums. Like we went to like Milwaukee and like a game at Target Field in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Look, we're planning our trip right now. We might as well stop at like, I don't know, Madison. Does that, like some, like what are the Milwaukee, like, look, I'll just look it up right now. Like,
it would also be sick to go to Kansas City and to go to Kauffman and then go to the Negro Leagues Museum.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
And then we can go to
also, I've always wanted to go to Hall. I mean, I haven't been to Hall of Fame in a long time. But look, Fonda Luke, Doc Spiders,
I've never been in the Hall of Fame.
The Milwaukee Milkmen. Hey, we got a plan. I mean, they got teams out in New York, the Madison Muskies, the Madison Mallards. That's who we'd go see.
The Madison Mallards.
Yeah, the North Woods League. Yeah, dude. Or maybe we'd go see the Green Bay Booyah. Dude. You look up the Green Bay Booyah. The name of their team is Booyah, man.
Green Bay Booyah.
Like, it's like, that's like the first time I've ever heard of a team where What do you call that? Is that an onomatopoeia, or it's like a? It's like a. What do you call a word that describes a sound, man?
Yeah. Well, that's an onomatopoeia. I don't know if booyah is that, but maybe. Could be.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Bang's an onomatopoeia, so why not booyah? Anyway, shout out Green Bay Booyahs. We'll be talking about them next week. And we'll plan our road trip, man. We should just plan a road trip as we talk about the minor league teams.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's good that we ended today's weekly roundup with Manfred. Man, he's losing points in the hippie book.
Oh, yeah, he is not hippie.
Psychedels.
He is not hippie
And,
at all.
you know, I'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt in that the GM before him was the only GM I knew in my life before him, but he was definitively the worst general. Did I say GM? The worst commissioner of baseball of all time. Bud Selig, super shout outs. Like, he is hilariously the worst. So I was excited. But Manfred's done a few things. One being he kind of got pushed into the bubble. The season, I don't know, it just feels turbulent. The Houston scandal, the way he kind of people felt like he gave the coaches more of a penalty than the players.
Totally.
Yeah, it's starting to, his desk is starting to mount up. Yeah, man, him and Goodell are going down, as in Adam Silver seems like he's going on the up. So it's interesting how not an easy job.
No, man, it's not. But
if you ever had him on the show,
I had more positive feelings for Manfred a couple years ago than I do now. He's looks like a total shithead right now.
Well, man, it's kind of interesting, and maybe we'll go into this in the hippie community before we were born, really. The hippie split, I think, man, because I could definitely see Manfred wearing tie-dye and going to a Grateful Dead concert. But then, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of yuppie, like he turned his back, you know, because he's too much moderate. Like, yeah, well, you know, Jess, you just don't see it the way I do. And then but really, he's just trying to get a dollar bill.
He is. He's all about that.
I can't imagine, man. I can't imagine how much money. But I think baseball's wrong, and that's why we have a podcast to tell them they're wrong. It's like stuff like we're doing is so much cooler and grassroots than the direction that like the baseball commissioner wants the game to go, in my opinion. And I think the Mariners allowing for someone to bring in a pine tree or a maple tree into their games during that era, like stuff like that. I think the Mariners, honestly, their corporate is F, but they do a good job of like for the last.
They're pretty good with fan engagement.
Yeah, like fan engagement's big in on the professional level. It's a lot more different because so corporate, anyways, now at this point. But I think we'll get more into it next week with like. There's just so much more opportunity, I think, to make baseball fun by making the activity of watching baseball fun with your baseball hippie friends. Like if you ever watched a game with me and Brown Bear, whether you were at the stadium or whether it was on TV, you'd have a good time because we got the riffle raft going, man. We know how to cheddar chat. We know all the lingo and we know how the game works on a minute level. And we're not going to just give you the old corporate Brad version. Shout out to Brad, whatever his name is, to Northwest, Northwest Afternoon or whatever they got going over there at the Mariners. Anyway,
Brad
my true goal is to be on.
Brad Adams.
What's his name?
Brad Adams.
Brad
He's got two first names.
Yeah, he might be a cyborg, dude. His name is Brad Adams.
Yeah, straight up.
Like they just try to get the generic.
I was hammered at
like, my name is Brad Arrington, and they're like, "No, your name is Brad Adams for TV." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Why is Brad Adams better than Brad Arrington?" They're like, "We need you to be more generic. Like Brad is a good place to start. Like Adams just gives you enough genericism."
I remember being super faded in the bullpen area and trying to like yell at that dude from because they have like the press area right to the left hand side of it, where they do their thing from. I don't remember why I was trying to get his attention. I feel like I seriously wanted to ask a serious question or something, but it's just looked at me like I was the biggest idiot.
Man, I'm gonna take us on a small tangent here. I just want to hear. This is ultra troll. I don't know if I'd ever do it, but my friend thought of why don't. Never mind. I won't even get into it. But there's always these hecklers outside of the stadiums that talk about repent, Jesus will have it's all
man,
they're
fuck that
Jesus
shit. I
hecklers.
hate that stuff.
Yeah,
I usually
he said it would be
people.
funny if you came as fake religious robes and you had a whole the Mariners will repent for their sins because they're bad, You're it's it'll take us. It's the book of Edgar told us. I believe it was the book of Edgar that once told us that if you thou with hitteth 340 will then see his day.
Dude, oh my gosh, your friends got to do that. That's a genius idea.
It's extra troll, man.
It is
See,
extra
if we want to
troll.
go viral,
Those dudes would not like it, and then I feel like you'd probably bum out a bunch of regular religious people too, just in the blasphemy of it all.
Yeah, I'm not playing with that,
I feel
man.
like only Catholics have the sense of humor for that.
I'm a believer. I'm just not a true believer, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, those are those aren't our enemies, dude. We got always just the one thing I always thought was funny about it as I was vaping on the porch watching him scream about repenting. I was like, man, baseball is just such a tame place to tell people to see God. I mean, I could see you outside the Guns N' Roses concert,
yeah,
but
or outside the casino.
Oh
man,
we're just this is
I know,
family,
it's so funny.
Game. Maybe you're up in the bleacher creatures out there in Chicago, but a Mariners game, you got 8-year-olds getting their bobbleheads, man.
Is it an issue with the idolization or something? Maybe.
I don't know. We should add. That's a serious question.
Why do you choose Mariners games, or sports games in general? Wouldn't you be better off just going down the street to the weed store and yelling at those people?
Straight up, dude.
I mean, if you're worried about, I don't know, traditional sins. Although I think there's people who would argue that the Bible condones marijuana. I don't really know enough about that.
I don't know enough about it either, man. And Manfred, dude, get with it, man. I don't know. I feel like we've become, because of the 2020 and the era, we're now the antithesis of everything that's fucking lame and narkish. But we have a big tent, man. I'm not trying to alienate anybody. We come through to the Baseball Hippie Show, man. We want everybody to be involved. And if you like Manfred, we would like to hear your opinion. Write to us at thebaseballhippieshow@gmail.com. And I swear, I see Manfred. He's got good in him, but he's been infected by Mr. Anderson. Not just the sound of inevitability. He's been. It's like if Baseball Hippie went just corporate, dude. Just went straight. Suit, tie, just straight.
We've been talking about that. We want to watch. Oops, that was the wrong transition. We want to watch The Matrix. It's been a minute since I've seen that shit.
Since you saw what?
The Matrix. Sorry, I'm mumbling.
Oh, they got the new ones coming out. The Matrix
4.
4. Yeah, dude. They're taking it past a trilogy. Past a trilogy, man.
That's what's up.
Hey, that was a great weekly roundup. I love the new set.
Yeah.
We're just start getting more of these designs in.
Mm-hmm.
And man, our show rules. I don't care what anybody says. We are getting better.
I don't think anyone's been anything but supportive anyway.
I don't know, man. You know how the climate is out there, man. Anyways, we're gonna figure it out, man. We got somebody. I think we're gonna start publishing I think honestly, my guess is right around the playoffs, we're gonna have an idea of who would run our socials. I've been thinking about asking Willie, man. I just want someone to run our socials, take it moderately seriously, and I'm gonna just pay him $100 to start, just to get us to 100. That's the goal. If you can get us 100 subscribers, I'm gonna give you $150. I'll give you 100 just to try. And then you don't pay any, man. This is coming out of my pocket just to start. Okay. We're gonna buy. That's how we buy likes out here. But I think we also like to just riff, and if we have more viewership, we'd probably want to like hone it a little more. Totally. But I don't know. Is that part of our time?
We're working on honing it, man. We're working on honing it.
Like, man, you're bad supportive, dude. That's all I gotta say. Through all the technical difficulties, through all the everything, you've been there.
I gotta say, for as much as I fucking hate on Wirecast, their new build is working pretty slick.
Shout out!
They heard all the hate.
David boy got the email. They got back to Bremer's email and sent him the new version.
Yeah,
for all our diehards that know the storyline behind this. That's the thing about us, man. We're pretty. What do you call it? Translucent. What do they call it in politics?
Transparent.
We're translucent, though.
We're translucent, bro. I think it's like pretty much the same. Transparent's more like see through completely, as far as I know. And then translucent would be like, you can see through it, but not like a clear image, right?
We're more translucent then, because there are parts of us that are mysterious, but we always just, man, I like just talking about the issues of the show on the show, because then it just like solidifies that really we are the ghosts of the future's past, man. Like it's always just the next show, and that's why I want to get us on Spotify, because I like to watch our shows, but I really love to have us in the background, man. Put us to bed like a lullaby. Straight up go to bed with this. Put the candles on, man. God blessed us with two beautiful voices. What's next on this? Where are we gonna? We're going on a short show today. I feel it because we're trying to get back into the effing flow of things, man. Things on the outside world, people. That's what I'm trying to express on today's show. We're near what is called the nexus, the precipice, the straight access point, the axiom of like hot shit.
The void.
America's hot shit. I'm sure it'll bubble up again.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You want to wrap it up, or you want to do a card pull? What do you want to do? What are you feeling?
I say we do a card pull, man. We always got to hit them with a few segments. Shout out to the weekly roundup we do every week. This is called Pull a Card. So we got to make a set for this sometime soon. Pull a card. Oh yeah, we got that. Brown Bears 1986 pack, 82.
It's a 1986 pack. We got to order. So like, I feel like what we should do. We should.
1986.
1986. We should like order
more cards.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go.
What year though, man? 86 is just such a virtual year. I think we could I think it would bequeath us to do another 1980, either do a late 80s or an early 90s decade. One, because they're probably the cheapest cards because that was the heyday of baseball cards. And two, because finding people's Twitters has been the most satisfying part. And just like that other guy worked for a wine distribution. Do we remember his name? We forgot his name, but we'll catch him. We'll bring that back on the next show. If you watch our last show, we found out that the person card we pulled was a wine distributor in the Northwest, actually. So it was interesting. You always find something interesting, something cosmic on the 1986 card pull. as we dig into Brown Bears baseball card collection. That's what we've always been trying to find a name for this segment. I think we should call it Go Into Brown Bears Baseball Card Collection.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm looking at
92, I think, needs to be the next. Or 91. See, 86 is a 91 to me. It's a 91 year. Make any sense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm looking at eBay right now to see what kind of 1992 action we can get.
Dude, are you gonna make a spontaneous buy on the Baseball Hippie Show?
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's we should do it each week. We should make a buy, and then hopefully it'll get here by next week, and then we can open the shit.
We only need to do it like once or twice, though, like 2 or 3, because then we have we can mess with a couple years. I'm right there.
So this is a 10-pack of unopened 1992 Upper Deck cards.
For how much though, man? Don't
$10.
What's our budget here?
$10.
$10?
Yeah.
But you're gonna want to You're gonna bid on that one, man. That's $1 a pack, Brody.
Oh man, $7.90 shipping. I don't want.
Oh no.
I don't fuck with that shipping.
Wait a minute. You have a whole set though. How much are sets costing? How much does a 92 set cost? What does a set of baseball? Siri, what does Alexa?
$30. $30. 1992 Topps MLB trading card complete factory sealed hobby set.
The sealed one is just that to me. Like you just rip it and just like just like you. Do we need them in super mint? Like I'd rather have someone's kind of used collection, to be honest. Man. Like I don't know, man. Like I honestly don't trust. Like someone who's been keeping a box set from '92. You've kept a set of baseball cards unopened for 28 years, man. You taking the fun out of baseball cards. Like
you're right, dude. We need like random sets. We need random packs. That's why I like the smaller. That's why I like like a box of smaller packs or something.
Yeah, we're gonna want to find like used sets. I think that's what I'm about. I want like some of that, like you see like the fingerprint. That's when you know. That's when you got it for the low. I imagine, because you cannot sell me a pack of baseball cards that's been opened and used for more than 15 cents in 2020. It's just not going to happen.
All right, we'll keep looking later. We'll keep looking later, but for now, let's pull some cards.
What's up?
I said we'll keep looking later. I'm not.
It's too much for today's show.
Well, all of these have like crazy shipping on them. I'm not about to pay like the same price in shipping as I am for a pack of baseball cards. Like,
yeah, they're kind of heavy.
All right. Anyway, so we're gonna pull. I grabbed some random selection from the Topps 1986 pack that we've been working from.
The classic.
The classic.
We know, just to reiterate for anyone out there, that is the pack that was found behind the pizza place Brown Bear used to work at.
All right.
They tried to throw away and his friend got back for him.
All right. So,
who are we talking?
Britt Burns.
Britt Burns. Show the camera.
Britt Burns. Whoop, whoop, whoop. My camera's in a weird spot today. Britt Burns for the White Sox. He's a pitcher. Let's take a look. Let's do some searching.
Dude. Brent Burns is an NHL player currently.
Oh.
Brent Burns?
No, Britt. Britt.
E-R-I. Oh, Brent Burns.
Yeah. Oh. Britt Burns. A former Major League Baseball pitcher from 1978 until 1985, pitching for the Chicago White Sox, compiling a career mark of 70 wins and 60 losses with a 3.66 ERA. Not too bad. Not a huge career. What's that? That's 7 years. Played for the legendary prep coach Phil English at Huffman High School in Birmingham, Alabama. Variety of pitches, but what made him so effective was the ability to change speeds on various types of pitches, and his curveball was almost unhittable. He used his fastball to set up the curve and vice versa. I think they're talking about high school because when they mentioned when he graduated, he held the state record for career victories with 35 and only 2 losses. Career record that stood for over 12 years. Sounds like he was a good high school player.
Did he grow up in Alabama?
It doesn't like specifically say, but that's what it sounds like. Fultondale High School.
Yeah, because right here it says he went back and coached in Birmingham.
Yeah, I think he's from Birmingham.
2013.
He's born in Houston, Texas, but it looks like he grew up in Birmingham. At least went to high school in Birmingham.
Brett Burns, man. Shout out. Has he ever pitched in a playoff game?
Let's
know.
see.
Brett Burns, man. Got a sweet
Postseason
name, that's for
pitching.
sure.
He pitched and lost in the ALCS in 1983, playing with the Chicago White Sox. Let's see. Oh my gosh. He pitched 9.1 innings, gave up only 6 hits, 1 run, 1 home run. So he must have given up a home run in the 10th inning to lose the game.
Do you know what day this is on? Can we look this game up?
Yeah, let's check it out.
What year? I can just look it up by year.
1983 ALCS, I believe.
And this would be game. We know.
A game that went to extra innings and was decided by 1.
Oh, wow. Man, they got the whole game on YouTube, dude. At least game 2.
Let's find out what game it was.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
Game 4 is what it is.
Oh, it was this deciding game, wasn't it?
Ooh, ouch.
Let's just make sure here. Yeah, no. Game 4 was the deciding game because the Orioles won over the White Sox 3-1 in the series. Okay. Brett Burns lost on game 4, and I'm looking up the game right now.
Burns pitched 9 shutout innings, but the Sox could not push across a run.
Oh, man.
With shortstop.
This dude's a legend. If you were
With shortstop
around,
Jerry Dubinsky making a critical base running mistake that cost Chicago a potential winning run. With 1 out in the 10th, Tito Landrum hit a homer, ending Burns' night. Salome Barojas in relief allowed 3 straight singles, the last of which scored a run. Benny Ayala's sacrifice fly off Juan Agosto capped to scoring at 3-0 Orioles. Holy shit. First of all, god-awful management to leave a pitcher in for over 9. I know it's 1983, but I just feel like that's dumb. That's asking for it. But anyway, what a legendary game. 9 shutout innings.
Benny Ayala hit one of the big hits in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have any relation
To Bobby Ayala?
to the Ayala? See? No, it doesn't look like
Yeah,
it.
not that I can tell. So that is his one and only postseason appearance. Holy cow.
Wow. Brett Burns.
He
He's
was
also got
in,
an IMDb page. And
okay.
It's from the 1983 American League Championship Series.
He was
Man,
an all-star.
that game is on YouTube. You could watch the whole thing. Maybe that's what we'll do in the off season is watch Game 4 of the 1983 ALCS and watch Brett Burns. We know what's going to happen. But man, what a game!
He was an all-star in 1981. And then his final season, 1985, would prove to be a bittersweet year for Burns as he won 18 games for Chicago, but was traded on December 12th with Glenn Braxton and Mike Soper to the New York Yankees.
Well, let's run some highlights back of his straight up.
Hold up. A chronic degenerative hip condition, however, put Burns' career on hold before he could ever pitch for New York. After years of rehab, he attempted a comeback in 1990, making 4 unsuccessful minor league starts before finally retiring as a player. Bummer.
All right, I just sent you the running mistake. Now we're going to watch the homers after that. If you want to bring it up. But, one thing I want to mention in the weekly roundup, we had a no-hitter pitched by someone who was a walk-on in college. He wasn't even drafted. It's big news. We missed that. So shout out. Who was that guy who got the no-hitter? There's 2 no-hitters this year. One's Giolito. And
wasn't it a combined no-hitter?
No, it was a full one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. Was it 2 days ago? Alec Mills.
Yep, that's right.
2 days ago. Well, Brett Burns, that's a tough way to go out, my friend.
Base hit left field. Law's got to hurry. They're going to hold him up. No! Dubzinski runs into an out. Now they go back to second base. They've got there. Here comes a runner to the plate. And they get him.
Why did he go to the plate?
Dubzinski runs right into an out. And they throw
That was
the
one
runner
of the
out at the
worst.
plate.
He just back then you could just knuckle guys.
That whole play was stupid.
Wow.
Well, this is a state of confusion. A line drive into left field. And
Oh yeah, they should have sent him. Is the thing.
At third base, and Dubzinski is beating it down to second base, and this just really jumps.
No, but once the dude got tagged out at second,
he doesn't even bother to tag Dubzinski, and good thing he didn't. Dempsey ducked down, got under Mescal, so he couldn't ball him over. So now it's 2 away.
Is that Tommy La Russa?
Yeah.
Wow, his looks exactly the same, except like 50,000 less wrinkles, man. We always get an education at the end of these shows with these things, man. We should run this segment as much as we can.
All right, Brett Burns. Let's do one more.
Is this Brett Burns getting a home run hit off of him? I think Brett might be out of the game by now. If we're talking his only playoff appearance, you got to mention these homers.
All right.
Just because me and you know so much. Oh yeah, I sent the other you two. It was like a homer. But anyways, we know. All right, one last one. 1986 Topps card pull. Brown Bear on the clock.
Detroit Tigers. Larry Herndon.
Larry Herndon.
Larry Herndon.
Larry Herndon, it looks like.
Larry. Quite contrary.
Comics.
What's up with Larry? Larry Darnell Herndon. Outfielder for the Cardinals, the Giants, and the Tigers. Currently serves as a coach for the Lakeland Flying Tigers. All right. Well, the
Yeah,
1981
274
Willie
batting
Mack
average
Award.
ain't bad. He also made a catch that won the 1984 World Series for the Tigers.
During his first minor league season on the 1971 Gulf Coast League Cardinals, his fellow rookie and roommate was Randy Poffo, who would later go on to be known as the wrestler Randy Savage.
No way.
Yeah, he's minor league roommates with Randy Savage. Pretty sick. By hitting a home run in his final at bat on May 17th, 1982, and his first 3 at bats on May 18th, 1982, Herndon shares the major league record for home runs hit in consecutive at bats. 4. He's particularly known for his time with the Tigers. He hit a 2-out, 2-run home run in game 1 of the 1984 World Series against the Padres that proved to be the game winner. He also caught the final out of the series, a fly ball to left field off the bat of Padres star Tony Gwynn. 3 years later, Herndon hit a solo home run on the final day of the season against the Toronto Blue Jays. It's the only run in a 1-0 Detroit victory over the Blue Jays that clinched the American League East Division title by 2 games. Herndon retired with the Tigers and served as the team's major league hitting coach.
I don't know if this is him or this is sorry, I don't know if this is Larry Herndon or Chet Lemon. You might want to check this little video out, this little ditty. Damn, he was an integral part of their World Series team. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But this video is a commercial from that team.
You want me to?
So I thought that would be funny.
What are we doing? The Landrum home run?
Now the one underneath the
okay.
the Chet Lemon promo. So this is Chet Lemon, but these guys, I guess they're both fan favorites. I don't know why. The reason we're showing it is because it's under the title Larry Herndon and Chet Lemon were fan favorites.
Here's the pitch. It's a long drive. Lemon racing back. It could be out of here.
You probably think that ball is out of here. No way.
That's him.
Fuck yeah. That's sick.
Or no, that's Chet Lemon. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's Chet Lemon. Oh, my fault. We're doing Larry Herndon. But anyways, they were on the same team.
They're homies. They're homies.
They were friends. And Herndon had a huge catch in that 1984 World Series. So, man, that's a random assortment of dudes back there. Is that Ronald Reagan, CeeLo Green, Alicia Keys? Let me see if I can name all these people real quick. Some weird, chess, Oh, man, do you play chess? You play online chess?
I don't, but, I mean, I used to play, actual chess.
Oh, this might be.
I got these 2 cousins. They're twins, and they're, so good at chess. They read books about chess. Or at least they did when we were younger. They ruined chess for me. It's just, not fun. So, I like chess, but I don't know. They would just fuck with me. They knew that you sure you want to make that
it's
move?
like the people who play in Bond and they know where you're gonna reanimate, so they just put bombs where you are.
Totally. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, that Alicia Keys Tiny Desk concert's great, man. Hey y'all. This is another episode of The Beauty and the Beast. We know you're the beauty, my friend. This is the Baseball Hippie Show, man. We gotta get some more cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into ordering some cards.
Another year.
I just need to find the right place to do it. But then we'll start. I think that's the evolution of this part of it is that we'll order a new pack of cards each week, or maybe a new pack of cards each month and go through them or something.
Sounds good, man. we got other segments too. Let's next time we talk, get all our segments down on a definitive list. So before shows, we can just pull from our segments.
Totally.
And then each segment will eventually have sets lined up to it. Except maybe Final Camp, which could have a set, but also be like kind of something we throw in as well.
Hell yeah.
Man, if you got that mind is playing tricks on me, but that's all good. We are under smoke. We are under siege. Vote, wear masks, do whatever you can. I don't know. I wish you could dig a hole up, if you know what I'm saying. But I do have to say, I believe in the spirit of us. And the spirit of 76, man. This is the Baseball Hippie Show. Keep it psychedelic, y'all. We missed you, and we'll see you next week, every Tuesday.
Let me drop some shit like this here. At night I can't sleep. I toss and turn.
Love you, Pepper.
Candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned. Four walls just staring at a nigga. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my finger on the trigger. My mother's always stressing I ain't living right, but I ain't going out without a fight. See, every time my eyes close, I start sweating and blood starts coming out my nose. It's somebody watching the act, but I don't know who it is, so I'm watching my back. I can see him when I'm deep in the covers. When I awake, I don't see the motherfucker. He owns a black hat like I own, a black suit and a cane like my own. Some might say take a chill, B, but fuck that shit. There's a nigga trying to kill me. I'm popping in the clip when the wind blows. Every 20 seconds got me peeping out my window. Investigating the joint for traps. Checking my telephone for taps. I'm staring at the woman on the corner. It's fucked up when your mind is playing tricks on you.